The first project that we're doing today is called Blackout Poetry. So for this project, you need your book pages or newspaper pages. It doesn't matter what text is on it because you're going to be taking the words out. So this is a few examples. I've also put in a little slideshow below this video in the classroom notes that have a few examples of different types of blackout poetry. So you can do it where you black out the whole page. You can do a small segment on a background. You can create shapes and black them out. You can also... So this was one poem that I created, and the words in it inspired the background. So the words, it was language and the universe. So I created a map of the globe behind it for the background. Then this one, I created the shape before I did the words. And then I've just replicated them out here. So I had made that good sea with me under his resolve. So that's my little poem on there. You can see on the first one here, this is the poem that came from the words. So what you do is get your page and a black marker or a dark marker. Black one is best. And what I recommend you do is you start by highlighting the words that stand out to you. So just start by doing this. So highlight as you go along and don't think too much about it because you can always black out more words as you go. So afraid, cruel, unequal. So I'm just going as I go. So I've just tried not to overthink too much about what I'm picking. And then what you do is you start to black out the parts that you don't want. So you can either black out the whole page, or as I was saying, you start to create different shapes within it. So I would maybe create a pattern here. So now that I've blacked out a lot of my poetry, I'm just cutting around sections of it. Just cutting down here. And what I want you to do is create a few of these for your notebook, because your notebook should start being a source of all the different skills that you're learning. So you should start filling up the pages with the different artworks that you're doing. Okay, so let's just see how we're getting on there. And these parts here, you can either, if you want, you can add some oil pastel to them if you want to. So you can blend in some oil pastel colors if you want to. and either blend them in together. You can use a cloth to blend them in. So just blend there as you go. Or you can leave it just black and white. You can also cut out segments as well and have something revealed from the background too. So actually it could cut right here. And then you're going to put this into your notebook. So find a page in your notebook. I'm going to use this page. See, I've used different pages in my notebook, so then when I stick it down, I can actually find, so I'm going to use this piece here. And where's my other piece gone? There. So I'm going to kind of use that as, maybe bringing it out a bit. So use that as part of my design. So as I say here, you're building up your portfolio. So what you should be doing is you should be practicing drawing as well, because as I say, if you just draw for 5 minutes every day, it is much better than not drawing for 2 or 3 weeks and then sitting down and drawing for an hour. It's getting into the routine of putting a little bit of creativity in your day every day. So it's just always having your notebook on you. And whether it's when I sometimes sit and I watch Netflix and I draw, or I sit having my breakfast or listening to a podcast, whatever it is, and I just doodle. And sometimes I'm drawing a picture, sometimes I'm drawing something that I've seen, but I always just have my notebook with me. So that is one of my blackout poetry artworks. So what I want you to do is create a few of those, at least one in your notebook. But if you like this technique, I want you to go on and do another one.